When I think of Fargo, I think of vague white space, that middle ground that's created when melting snow begins to merge with the atmosphere. It's bright, but also murky, a fitting milieu for the wintry crime drama that marks the sixth film from brothers Joel and Ethan Coen. Hello, I'm Josh Larson, editor and film critic over at thinkchristian.net. Fargo is the first film in our TC Movie Club series, O Brothers, Where Art Thou? We're looking at a handful of the Coen brothers' pictures and placing them within an Old Testament, New Testament framework. Does Fargo represent the limitations of the law, our inability to keep it, its inability to constrain evil, or does it demonstrate the way unmerited grace can step in to fulfill the law for us? Let's jump in. Fargo begins with car salesman Jerry Lundegaard, played by William H. Macy. A polite Midwestern rule follower on the outside, we soon learn that Jerry is actually in over his head due to a loan scam he's pulling that's falling apart on him. Notice here how the Coens place the camera outside of Jerry's office so that the window blinds visually function as the bars to a jail cell.
Of the vehicle.
Yeah, but I already got the. It's okay. The loans are in place. I already got the
$320,000. You got the money last month.
Yeah. So we're all set then.
Yeah, but the vehicles that you're borrowing on, I just can't read the serial numbers on your application. Maybe if you could just read them.
Yeah, but the deal's already done. I already got the money.
Yes. Well, we have an audit here. I just have to know that these vehicles you're financing with this money, that they really exist.
Yeah, well, they exist, all right.
Now, not many of us have likely committed this sort of fraud, but the brilliance of Macy's performance is the way his combination of folksiness and nervousness makes it easy for us to imagine ourselves in a similar place. He's not breaking into a casino here with a skilled team of thieves. Jerry's failings are slightly inflated versions of our own. And when the law reminds him of this, when he's convicted of this sin, if not quite yet caught, what does he do? Concoct an elaborate scheme to have his own wife kidnapped by hoodlums, hit up his wealthy father-in-law for the ransom, split the cash with the crooks, and use his cut to pay off the illicit car loans. Now, Jerry's predicament points to the goodness of the law, what Paul, referencing the Psalms of the Old Testament, writes about in Romans 3, that through the law we become conscious of our sin. But confession and repentance isn't the path Jerry chooses. Instead, he and his plan spiral out of control, lending even the most mundane frustrations a sense of existential despair. The literal law in Fargo doesn't show up until about 30 minutes in, after Jerry's botched plan has resulted in 3 murders, attracting the attention of pregnant police chief Marge Gunderson, played by Frances McDormand. Marge is where this Old Testament, New Testament question really comes into play. Smart as a whip, kindly but firm, she's part police chief and part your favorite primary school teacher. She seems to see the best in people and is disappointed but not reluctant to arrest wrongdoers. If anyone can deliver justice with grace, it should be Marge. Consider the patient way she handles Jerry when her investigation leads to his desk.
Mr. Lundegaard?
Huh? Yeah.
Could I take just a minute of your time here?
What is it all about?
Huh? Do you mind if I sit down? Carrying quite a load here. You're the owner here, Mr. Lundegaard?
Nah, executive sales manager.
Well, you can help me. My name's Marge Gunderson.
My father-in-law, he's the owner.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm a police officer from up Brainerd, investigating some malfeasance, and I was just wondering if you'd had any new vehicles stolen off the lot in the past couple of weeks. Specifically a tan color Sierra. Mr. Lundegaard.
Brainerd?
Yeah. Home of Paul Bunyan, Babe the Blue Ox.
Babe the Blue Ox.
Yeah, you know, we got that big statue up there. So, you haven't had any vehicles go missing then?
Nope. No, ma'am.
Okie dokie, thanks a bunch. I'll let you get back to your paperwork then.
But the more Marge uncovers, the more disillusioned she becomes. The deaths pile up needlessly, indiscriminately, senselessly, and in Jerry she sees that even nice Midwestern folks are not only corruptible, but can cause great evil. As a representative of the law in this case, she's not so much delivering justice, but cleaning up after moral chaos. A chaos she fails to comprehend even after the case has been solved.
So that was Mrs. Lundegaard on the floor in there. And I guess that was your accomplice and the wood chipper. And those 3 people in Brainerd. And for what? For a little bit of money. There's more to life than a little money, you know. Don't you know that? And here you are. And it's a beautiful day. I just don't understand it.
I'd like to make the case that Marge brings some New Testament into the picture. That, to return to Paul in Romans 3, she's a reminder of the fact that while the law convicts us, we are justified freely by grace. In confession and repentance, grace is a gift we accept. And certainly, whenever we get to see Marge's caring and loving husband, Norm, played by John Carroll Lynch, we're reminded that goodness is a gift. But those are fleeting flickers of respite. Ultimately, Fargo dramatizes a lawkeeper's awful epiphany that as good as our rules and regulations are, they aren't the answer to what's wrong with the world. Salvation is going to have to come from somewhere else. Even with Norm by her side, Marge is lost in the movie's moral fog, believing in the law, but unable to fulfill it. To me, that makes Fargo an Old Testament film. But what do you think? Is Fargo more of a New Testament picture? Is it more hopeful than I'm giving it credit for? And how in the world does Mike Yanagita fit into all of this? We're going to discuss all of that and more when we get together for the TC Movie Club's virtual gathering. That will be at 7:30 p.m. Central Time on Friday, October 22. You'll receive an official invite and link via email. And if you haven't joined the TC Movie Club yet, but want to participate, or are coming to this video late and want to be part of other movie club offerings, you can do that at thinkchristian.net/movie club. Thanks for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon.
Hon?
Yeah?
Prowler needs a jump.